was by saying his one line. But I felt like this is a good coming out time. I think that now is the time to let him come out into the light and actually be able to tweet stuff and Instagram stuff because it's been killing him. So,
Okay. Well, let me please introduce, give a warm welcome to Rahul Kohli.
finally.
2 years. I've had to stay away from your social media account. I can't like things. I've been waiting for this. This is incredible.
Well, now that iZombie's finishing, I figured you need a big.
I do need something.
So you need a gig. I figured I'd throw you a bone.
I appreciate it. Mum's really happy I'm back in employment.
How hard is it to keep something like this under wraps for 2 years?
I mean, the fear of you don't want to be the one that messes up, right? That keeps you through it. So yesterday I was queuing up to play Escape.
Right.
And I heard people in the line talking about the campaign, and I was like, it's cool, but I enjoyed it. It's fun to be like one of the only people that know before something. It's kind of cool.
And this was his first game.
Really?
It was, my first game. Yeah, I hadn't done any voiceover before, and it shows. No,
You can hear it.
But yeah, I met Rod in Vancouver, and he showed me a picture of Fanz, the casting, and we went for it in the booth, and then it started 2 years ago.
That's wild. So how different is it for you jumping into the world of voice acting?
It's a huge difference. I mean, there's some great positives, like you really can just sort of swing for the fences and not have to worry so much about what your face looks like, and it's all about how it sounds and how it how it feels. At the same time, with Gears, the scripts like that, you don't get a PDF of it and study it and go, well, this is my character's. Like you go in the room and then Rod's like, all right, here's where we are. This is what's going on. Go.
So you're on fire. You're in the desert. Go.
Exactly. So you don't. I don't know. It's so when I get to play it, I kind of get to feel the whole thing, I guess, in a few months. So that's the biggest challenge was playing the character, being present in the moment without really knowing what's around the corner, what's happening. That was kind of an interesting experience.
And we always go back. That's the thing. It's interesting because it's not a start at the beginning, record everything, and it all makes sense. It's like we'll record some, and then we'll come back like months later, and then record interspersed, and we'll come back and months later and record interspersed again. So trying to keep the context straight and this is where you were, and here's. And it's an interesting challenge, as you're coming in cold, going where. There's literally stuff where I've talked about a scene with Eugene the other day, and he's like, "What? I don't remember saying that." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, we have the scene. I have the scene of you saying it, but it was that was 2 years ago. I don't remember saying that." Yeah, exactly. So it's funny, but it was just so cool because we, iZombie shoots up in Vancouver, and so it was just it was a great opportunity, friends of friends, and being able to meet Rahul, and then we were just basically. Booked a local soundstage just to do an audition just because he was in Vancouver. You said you didn't know that it was an audition.
I didn't. So I went to join and meet Rod, and I was like, yeah. And then I got in, and it was a waiting room. I was like, this looks familiar. And then there were sides, there was a script there, and I was like, oh, am I supposed to be preparing for something? And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm auditioning. I had no idea, but yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that's great. With a lot of times on camera actors, maybe are not used to doing voice. They want that preparation. Or they don't give you choices. People maybe don't know, when you do voiceover, generally there's a line hey, we're going over there. And then when you say, hey, I'm going over there, we want an A, B, and C, which is 3 different versions. And so we can kind of range find and pick what we like. And that was one of the great things is just instinctually, very first line, when he did A, B, and C, he did 3 very completely different versions. And so you were able to go oh, I really like where you're going with B. Could you give me 3 more of that, or or that's it, that kind of stuff. And he already knew not to do the same thing 3 times. Sometimes they just do blah blah blah, and you're like, okay, there's no choice there, And the fact that he was really easy to direct, the fact that he always had great choices, and he was able to read it and instantly go into it. He didn't have to prepare, and become a method on it. So although he is a dick in person, so
absolutely,
so it was easy to play a dick character. So.
It's actually funny that after working on Gears, it changed how I approach working iZombie and stuff, because I started giving way more alts. So each take, because I got used to doing ABCs and constantly learning ways to put a comma here or bring this up, like I started doing that.
And your director hated
And that's
it.
why we're cancelled. That's why it's done. We're in the shit. So.
But it's gotta be fun because as opposed to acting sort of on iZombie, so you see the set, you're in the wardrobe. In this, like you're imagining everything in your head, what you look like, where you're gonna be. So how does that change how you approach as opposed to being on camera?
Honestly, it feels like, it's almost like improv. Like the character becomes like a wardrobe. That's the only thing you do have, right? You get into character and you immediately have to kind of know how do they sound, what's their energy like, and Rod literally will paint a scenario, and in that moment you go, you know, like, so it's kind of freeing in the sense of like, there's no second guessing. You don't sit, I won't just like sit with that script for 3 hours, you know, just on one little thing, like, could I do this, like, you just go from instinct, and that's quite, like, freeing. You don't second guess yourself, you just have to do it, and it's done. And then they'll play it at E3, and you go, oh.
But that's the choice.
That happened.
The thing that happens all the time is because we're choosing, like, so he's giving so many choices, but he doesn't know what choice actually makes it. So it's always funny when the actors, whenever we play a scene, they'll go like, oh, that's the one you chose. It's like, yeah, that's the one we liked. He's like, okay, cool.
Well, maybe we'll get that reaction now because we're gonna throw the video.
Yeah,
oh,
so
wow.
we should make sure the lights come down though. I want to make sure. So it's not campaign gameplay, but I did want to give you is one of the campaign cinematics that we have. So we have an actual cinematic in the game where the squad, JD, Kate, and Del, run across Foz for the first time. So this is Foz's introduction in the game. So this is the first time you'll see him actually in the campaign when you play the game.
Come on!
Hey, Foz, how's life in Jin's rear echelon treating you?
Brilliant. But then we can't all be off on some secret mission. Oh yeah? How'd you hear about me? This is an army, not a monastery.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, we'll just leave you to the very important work, punching machines.
And sparring. Hang on a second, shit stick.
Shit stick? Del, theories?
I don't know. Maybe a stick made out of shit?
Or a stick used to stir up shit.
All right, fuck off. How about we make this interesting? You and me spar right now.
And how exactly is beating you interesting?
Yes or no?
You want in on this?
Pretty sure what's actually being measured here is gonna leave me at a distinct disadvantage. Then again, maybe not.
Hilarious. Are you in or not?
Oh, I'm in.
Come on, man. Let's just grab the Jack module and get out of here.
No, this will be fun.
How's that fun working out for you?
Try it again, Foz. Come on. Hey, here's the thing, Foz. If I was spar with you, but not beat you. It's against their programming, but explain. Shake the false confidence. Quite a bit, actually.
Want some advice, Phoenix?
No, I'm good.
Jin does love her golden boys. But never for very long.
See, that was fun.
Fuck off.